All right, we are live. That's what it says on the screen. And we are
There's your sign.
we are back in Indiana. As you can tell by the heavier shirt, it's not as warm as in Florida. And we are interviewing one of our favorite people, Jason Justak. How you doing, Jason?
Hey guys, I am awesome. I'm so happy to see you guys. It's awesome. I'm glad you're back in Indiana. I know you're indifferent, but we're happy.
It's just the cold weather. Just the cold weather.
Right. It'll warm up by about 4 o'clock. It'll feel nice.
Yes. 4 o'clock in a couple more weeks will be good.
Yes. Exactly.
So, Jason, tell us a little bit about you, because obviously anybody that's been watching our channel probably knows a little bit about us, but tell us a little bit about you and how you got into real estate.
Well, thanks, Rodney. Real estate was something that I had to do some soul searching to find. And I was in hospitality business forever before real estate. And I was what I thought was in a dream job. And I actually got fired from that job. And this was just shy of a couple months from one of our kids being born. And it was one of those that spins you. And my mind started going around in circles, and I was just trying to figure out what to do in life. And the hospitality business just wasn't for me anymore. And just starting a family and raising it, raising the kids and bringing home the money and all that stuff. I had to do some soul searching. And luckily I had my strength, Kelly, my wife, to help me through that, because again, my head was all sorts of angles, and she would just say, hey, we're going to get through this and we're going to figure it out. So those moments I still remember in my head, and I use that for strength each day. So I did soul searching, figured, hey, real estate sounded cool. I had my aunt who was down in Texas, did it for years. So I reached out to her, got her 2 cents. She was very positive about me joining. And then I talked to one of my favorite people in the world too, my best friend, Jason Miller, who's on her team. I asked him about it because he was in the business for a while. And he's just like, dude, yeah, go for it. He pushed me. He, just was a support system for me. So I went for it. And that was exciting. So we were living in Tennessee, just south of Nashville, Tennessee, in Murfreesboro. Took the license. I passed the first time. So I was like, yeah, I'm cloud 9. And I remember calling Jason Miller and I was like, dude, I passed, I was so happy. He's like, oh, congratulations. And so I started, and business was good. I was working for a franchise brokerage out there and just learning the ropes. Things happened as I started real estate. I started doing what I needed to do as a new agent, as we all do. And just kind of got lost, tell you the truth. And I saw my bank account dwindling. Life's happening inside of our house. And again, just kind of started wondering what I'm doing. At that time, we were visiting Jason Miller back up here in Indiana. And as a good friend always does, we push each other and we prod each other. And he put a bug in my ear at that time saying, oh, why don't you guys just move back to Indiana? That was it. That's all he said. And so I remember talking to Kelly, and I was like, what do you think about that? And she's like, I think that could be good for us, And so lo and behold, we picked up and moved to Indiana. And Jason told me, he's like, hey, I could introduce you to Rodney and Amanda. They're on our, they're run our team, and maybe you could join our team. I said, all right, cool. I was open-minded and I needed structure. And so sure enough, I remember meeting Amanda, and then it blossomed into meeting Rodney, and and then things just started snowballing. And that's where my business took off, is once I met you guys, and it's just been streamlined from there.
Nice. I love that. You've had a few changes though. So that was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? I want to say
almost 4, yeah.
Yeah, almost 4 years ago. So since then, and you were on the team with us about 3 years. So why don't you take us a little deeper into your journey from kind of evolving from the team out to back an individual agent, and how you felt prepared maybe, from being on the team to take that step I think people would get some good value out of that.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Feeling prepared. I don't know if that still is a solid feeling. Yeah, you do what you can. But no, I look back at everything a lot and just kind of reflect on where my mind was back when I started real estate, back to when I moved back to Indiana, and when I joined the Herd real estate team. My mind was messed up. I mean, it was just a negative mindset. I was in my head. I was very ego. I was very selfish. I see all that stuff. And when I joined the team, it was you guys that helped me break that mold. And it wasn't from telling me, it was helping coaching me and, introducing me to books and podcasts and and Kelly as well. She was solid with this. She introduced me to like a positive thinking podcast. And I used to listen to it every day just to get my mind shifted from a negative mindset, to that positive. And that was a huge hurdle for me because that's what opened up a lot of doors, because I saw it wasn't anybody that I was dealing with was an issue. It was me that I needed to get out of my head, get out of my way to improve my life. And whether it's professional or personal, this is something I needed to do. And so I took it to heart. And I remember a lot of the conversations that you and I had, Rodney, and a lot that you and I had, Amanda. And I cherish those because those were groundbreaking for me to be able to restructure and regroup. And so then I learned the implements of what it took to succeed in real estate because of the background you guys have. And I listened and I adapted. And was it a struggle? Heck yeah, it was a struggle, man. The guys on the team, they used to call me the condo king the first year, you remember that? That's all I could sell was condos. And that was fine. I was getting sales, but I needed to up my game, man. I needed to be a top producer on the Herd real estate team. I needed to figure out how to get there. And then it clicked. And I remember the conversation after I met a gentleman to buy a condo. I sat down, I broke down numbers for him. I said, listen, with your HOA of the condo, you could be affording this style of single family home. He just went, and it was 60, 70K higher. And so I remember talking to Amanda immediately after that on the phone, and she's like, whoa, what just happened? What light bulb went off? It was hilarious. And it was those moments that I still reflect on and I use for motivation each day. And as you guys kept promoting us and pushing us to be better and be stronger, I listened again. And then as we joined EXP, that's when that leverage piece took off. And, you guys had a vision back in 2018 when you brought EXP to us, and I didn't see it at that time. And
that's true. You didn't.
No, I really didn't. It took me a minute as well. And I was getting my groove though, and I'm not out to say excuses, but yeah, I was getting my groove with the Herd team, and now a change came. And I was just like, oh, here I go again, But if that would have happened 2 years prior, I would have been negative, and I probably would have jumped ship and just erased it all and lost a lot, honestly. But I had that mind shift at that time. I was like, oh, here comes a change. I don't want to change. But I took a step back, listened, learned about the company, learned what you guys were telling us, learned about Jeff and Marcy Willems introducing it to us, all these things and what it could bring. And I liked it. So that was awesome. And then as we continued years on within EXP, you guys continued to say, promote yourselves, build your brand, build your team, be you. And I love that because nobody ever wanted more for me than my family, And so for you guys to come in and offer that to us, that was a huge, huge piece. And I still cherish that. But that gave me that push and that drive at the same time to go to that next level. And again, take that risk on my own and branch off and brand myself into World Title Real Estate now. So, and here we go. So it's been interesting. It's been crazy. Yeah. You know,
I'll tell you, nothing excites me more than seeing people succeed, especially struggle and succeed, because we've been there, we've done it, and we went through a lot of the same things that you did. That's why we could pass it on to you, and that's why. And you mentioned the feelings about EXP. Well, we kind of had the same feelings about EXP at first. We thought, man, I don't know if this is the right thing when we first started, but then we thought if we could bring something that help improve the lives of the people that are working for us and are helping our lives, then let's give it a try. And boy, it turned out 1,000 times better than I ever thought it would be. So it's been pretty amazing. So
well,
even sooner, I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something you guys said too, you know, how quick EXP helps take off our professional lives and our personal lives. And again, I'm just like, all right, you know, at first I felt, all right, cool. Now I see it in you guys. I see it in Jeff and Marcy. I see it in Brent. I see it in my own life. Last year, I was able to pay off my school loans because of EXP and what they give back to us as employees. So that was huge. Yeah, you know,
that is big.
Because I never.
That had been on your vision board. That had been on your vision board for several years now. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I was able, and I had, you know, I was thinking maybe another 3-4 years still of paying that minimum payment and blah, 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 blah. And lo and behold, you know, that EXP stock was just making its impression. And again, Kelly and I had a conversation and said, let's knock this out. Let's be forward thinkers. Let's be debt free. Let's make life awesome for us. So that's what we're doing.
Love it. Well, I know we've seen you evolve too. So since joining the team, you've had more kids. You bought a new home. You've paid off debt. I mean, there's just been so much growth, and you know, we're going to have other teammates, former teammates of yours that are in the similar situation. What I just love is to see that you guys still support each other, right? So Jason has moved out to be an individual agent, but we are still a family. We still have support within the team. So I just love to see that too, because it is about lifting others. And now I know you're lifting others as well. Yeah. So that's something that, you know, you can pass on now, which I think is just the big involvement of all of this. And I think EXP basically made that happen a lot quicker for all of us. And once Rodney and I got out of our own way, then that goes forward too. So I just love hearing this. Love it.
We would love nothing more than see you have as big a team or even bigger than ours. So
go bigger.
Seeing other people succeed. Hey, 250 homes, you got it.
Right on. Heck yeah. I love it. It's
so exciting. Yeah.
No, so let me. Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
That's always something that was huge to me. And thank you for letting me say this too, because I respect you guys 100%. You guys have really put me on the map within real estate and to build my personal life as well. And so thank you for that. You know, I've been fired from jobs, I've quit jobs, and you generally don't talk to your bosses, your general managers, your owners. You don't talk to them anymore. You know, it's always that shaky terms, you know, whether you quit or get fired, they don't want to deal with you anymore. And again, with the model that EXP presents to us, we're able to do this. And it's not that, you know, we quit or fired each other. It's just, hey, we were given an option to grow, and that option's there. And now, yeah, you guys are still helping me. We talk, we conversate. I remember a few days after, you know, we talked about leaving the herd team. Rodney called me up and said, hey, let's go to lunch. Let's talk about doing a listing presentation. Wow. You know, I was, you know, blown away. I was like, this is so cool. I was so appreciative. And then we did that, and that's helped me grow. So, you know, you don't get that. If I was with anybody else, would I be able to talk to my team leaders and my people in my organization? No, they'd say, forget you. You're doing your own thing. I don't want to help you. This model is it, that it helps us keep this, and I love it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. And I think we'd still have a relationship, but you're right. I think people get nervous when people want to roll out of their team. Oh, all this time I spent with them. And that, you know, where Rodney and I came from, we were an independent broker before when Jason was on the team. and we wanted to still lift people up and grow them. So we weren't too concerned that they would roll out, but however, that's still awkward because then they become your competition, right? And then our other agents are like, ooh, he's competition now. That doesn't exist within EXP's culture. So that is a huge advantage that you really don't understand. It's kind of that intangible thing until you're in it. So yeah, I love that you made that point. Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, and we're coaching and talking all the time, and coaching maybe for some individual agents out there, kind of tell them a little bit about what you lean into now as far as coaching and training and making sure you're on track as much as you can be with business planning. Maybe just touch on that a little bit.
Great. Yeah. Again, I follow a lot of structures that you guys helped me with, as well as far as business planning. You guys have been in it. You know how to successfully run a real estate business. So why branch off from that?
Don't recreate the wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. But you've always told me, both of you guys have always told me, hey, going off, you're going to do a lot more. And boy, were you that right. So I had to do I do all my admin now. I'm training Kelly to do some of the paperwork for that admin position, just to help leverage me again, so she could do some of it and I could keep selling homes. So that's been not only to learn all that, but also to implement it to somebody that doesn't know it. So that's a tricky piece, but you got to take that time if you want to grow. And that's the same even with new agents too. I do within EXP, I help with the mentor program. I'm a certified mentor with EXP. So bringing on mentees is huge too, where I could help develop them and get them on track to grow their business. And I implement a lot of those same ideas, and I ask them what is important to them. Do they want to do online lead generation and do phone prospecting, or do they just want to do organic lead conversion? What is their method? What do they want to do? And help them get to their goals. Everybody's different. Everybody's running their real estate business a little differently. So I just want to understand what their needs are and implement the strategies that work, the scripts that work, and the way to present yourself, and the books that help you get to those levels.
Well, they say if you want to get better at something, learn how to teach it. So where do you see yourself? What do you see EXP doing for you in the future? So if you weren't with EXP, you'd be trying to grow your team as big as possible. You'd be running a team, coaching, training. I don't know if you'd be selling as many houses, but when you take that role on, or you wouldn't be in the real estate business as much as showing and selling houses. So how do you see EXP changing that, or how do you see your future with EXP now?
Oh, that's an awesome question, Rodney. Looking at EXP as a whole, I think is just going to take us into a whole new world. I put myself on a 5-year plan thanks to Brent Gove. He had this really awesome mastermind where he broke it down in a 5-year plan. So I'm going to be a millionaire in 5 years. Hopefully sooner, and it'll happen it sooner. But that's the goal. And I'm not talking just 1 million. I'm talking a couple million. And again, that's because of these opportunities and platforms that, again, you guys saw at the beginning, helped bring us on and introduce us and help us understand it. I'm planning right now. I am going to grow my team. I'm starting to do that, and very early stages of that personal team growth, but also to help build that EXP organization by helping train, helping bring more mentees and mentors on, and just working what I can do to really grow. But that long-term, that 5-year plan is a big piece for me. I just turned 45 a few weeks ago. And so by the time 50 is going to be that millionaire mark. And, I want to own more real estate. I want, Kelly and I to have an amazing life and let our kids be able, let's go take them to whatever places they want to go, Disney or out of the country or wherever. I want dreams to come true, and that's what I want to help build.
That's great. I'm gonna place a bet right now, and I say you do it at 48.
All right.
Not 50. So I'm putting that out there right now. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Because you might be going global too soon. Soon we might be going global. So that's a huge leap, right? That's amazing.
That is amazing. Yes. And it blows me away, the opportunities, because I remember when we were doing the XP and I was reaching out to.
Sorry, I'll get her.
Sorry, it's live.
It happens. Yeah, my dog's in here too, so I'm waiting for the doorbell to go off.
Right.
But I remember when I met some people in California that wanted to join EXP, and it blew my mind because we formed a relationship via social media. We had some Zoom calls back then. We talked on the phone. We had text conversation. It was a great relationship that was building. And so once they joined EXP, now my business was in California. As you guys have grown to numerous states as well, that was huge, because never in my wildest dreams did I figure that, man, I'd be running a real estate business. Never did I think I'd be or have the potential to go to all 50 states, but now I'm in California as well. And wow, and now to talk global across the water. Whew.
Yeah, amazing. Yes, mind blown. I agree.
It's awesome.
It's just so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really that same communication, right? We're expanded and the reach is global now, and it's Zoom calls and it's connecting, and it's just really so diverse and exciting. So yeah, no, the world is your oyster, right? It really is. So yeah, I'm betting 48 for sure.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on the board.
Yeah, I love it.
What's your biggest picture on your vision board right now?
Biggest picture, I have it right in the center, is a picture of my family. I'm looking at it right off to the side. And above that, it says humility in big words.
Nice.
Putting others ahead of me. And that's always something that I need that vision with. We went to church. Well, we did online church earlier this year. And that was one of the things that they were talking about. And it just really hit home that I need to work on this. And I need to do that, not only whether it's clients or other agents that's part of my organization, or just working with them, or my family. They need to come before me, and God, for that matter. So those are all those things that I look at every day and strive to be a little bit better.
Right,
love it. Yeah, that's huge. Impactful. I love that. So World Title Real Estate, amazing individual agent at EXP, soon to Icon, right?
Yeah.
Soon to go global.
Yeah.
And already has his business across the United States. So that is huge. And I want to say, it's all less than 3-4 years. Right. So yeah. So 48, buddy, you're going to be a multi-millionaire.
I love it.
Amazing. Thank you for your time today. I feel like, and is there anything else you want to add before we do go? We have about, a few more minutes here. And I just love your journey. I just have a few things I want to add. I've seen you take that emotional intelligence and evolve it, right? That's the big journey. And I love, and you still share that with some of the new agents we have on our team, right? We've got a newer agent that's younger, and I know he was really tuning in when you were sharing a couple weeks ago about how, get out of your own head, get out of your own way, don't react, don't be so emotional. And I know I've seen you do a 180 since I remember you sitting in front of me and you were so concerned about, well, can I use this email? Can I use this branding? I want to do this. I want to do that. And I was like, internally, I was like, oh, this is going to be a challenge. And you are a 180 from that kid that was sitting in front of me. So I just love that. And connect to Jason, you guys. He can teach you so much. He's going through the journey now to an individual agent. I know there's a lot of new agents right there, in that spot. I talked to several of them, and they're struggling with the market right now. So reach out to Jason. Jason, how can we reach out to you?
Great, thank you. Call me or text me. My number 317-763-0110. I always answer my text if I'm unavailable on that call. Shoot me a quick text, and I'll get right back to you. Or if you feel like dropping me an email, jason@worldtitlerealestate.com. Easy peasy. Find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I'm trying to get Twitter, but that's I'll get to Twitter in a little bit.
I ignore Twitter. Yeah, it's like too much. It's too much negativity, really, I feel like.
Yeah, it does. It is a lot. And so you can see me too. I do all my hashtags, hashtag World Title Real Estate, has a lot of what I've done, videos, pictures. I even put positive quotes that help me on a daily basis. Maybe it'll help you guys too. So yeah, check it out. And it's awesome. This business is amazing. And yes, and again, thanks to you guys for teaching me and showing me the way. And I remember that conversation too about that email, Amanda. I like I do. That's one that constantly thinks in my head, and it keeps me grounded at the same time. So it's those conversations that were tough at the time, but now I use as leverage and motivation. So it's amazing, all those stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember that too, because you had a visceral reaction in front of me when I was like, no. I was like, that's not what being on a team is about. You could just see his face. So yeah. We've come a long way, baby.
Thank you. I know. So yes, I wish I had a mirror that day.
I know, right? Yeah, but no, hey, you got there. You are killing it. You're succeeding. So yeah, we look forward to seeing where else you take it, and we're there for you. So yeah, thanks for today. We appreciate it.
Woo! Thank you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate the journey. Let's keep it up.
Keep killing it.
All right, buddy. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.
All right, cool. Bye, guys.